Hello, I am Mustafa Ömergül. I would like to present our paper, Measuring Compositional Consistency for Video Question Answering, where we develop a question decomposition engine and generate the HEQA-DCOMP dataset to facilitate video question answering analysis beyond average accuracy. People represent visual events as a composition of actions between agents and their surrounding objects. On the video, for instance, we can recognize objects such as the cup or the broom, and we can observe a sequence of actions. The man eats food from a box, drinks water from a cup, and then picks a broom up. This compositionality is reflected in the language we use to talk about events, allowing us to ask, what is the person picking up after putting down the cup? Before identifying the object being picked up, we must use compositional reasoning to first detect that there's a person and a cup, determine when the person puts the cup down, and finally find when they pick an object up. This compositionality prompted the development of video question answering benchmarks. With these benchmarks, researchers determined that AI models struggle to reason compositionally. While these benchmarks can detect which questions models fail at, they cannot explain what reasoning step caused the failure. Why did the model incorrectly predict box here? Did it fail to do temporal reasoning with after? Or was it an inability to recognize objects or understand actions like pick up? To answer these questions, we must inspect model behavior on these intermediate reasoning steps. There, however, are no datasets pairing compositional questions with such sub-questions. Our contribution is a question decomposition engine that breaks down compositional questions into a directed acyclic graph, or DAG, of sub-questions. We apply this engine on the recently released HEQA dataset. This results in HEQA-DCOMP, a dataset of 2.3 million question DAGs containing 11.49 sub-questions on average. Our engine relies on various handcrafted components, such as 21 sub-question templates or 10 consistency rules for inferring answers. Our DAGs finally enable 3 novel metrics supporting analysis. We will now describe the dataset generation process and then share our findings upon evaluating models. We firstly assume that each question has an associated program detailing the reasoning steps needed to answer it. We produce the DAG through a recursive process iterating over the program. Once we reach a terminal function, we convert it to a node in our DAG using our templates. We repeat this process, as is seen here, and terminate upon reaching the top-level function. Finally, we propagate answers to sub-questions. If a question is present in HEQA, we simply reuse answers. Otherwise, we rely on our consistency rules. For instance, we can infer that the bottom 3 questions' answers are yes, because the parent is also answered yes. Our DAGs enable 3 novel metrics. Compositional accuracy measures parent question accuracy when the model answers all child questions correctly. Right for the wrong reasons measures parent question accuracy when the model answers at least one child question incorrectly. And finally, internal consistency uses our consistency rules to determine whether models contradict themselves. With our dataset and metrics, we evaluate the compositional reasoning ability of 3 state-of-the-art models. We first find that each model struggles on leaf nodes, corresponding to the start of reasoning. We compare against a naive baseline predicting the most common answer per question type, and find that models either perform worse or on par with it. For more complex question types, we find that models often reason incorrectly. One cause of incorrect reasoning is self-contradiction. When parent questions are answered affirmatively, for instance, models contradict themselves for over 50% of consistency checks. Models succeeding on parent questions despite answering children incorrectly also indicates incorrect reasoning. For instance, when comparing RWR scores with CA scores on one challenging question type, we find that errors on intermediate steps have minimal impact on success. In fact, 2 models perform better upon making errors. In conclusion, we designed a question decomposition engine and generated the HEQA-DCOMP dataset. We find that models either fail to reach correct answers or rely on incorrect reasoning for success. Beyond analysis, we believe that our dataset can have varied uses, like supporting the design of more self-consistent models or the development of interactive model analysis tools. Please read our paper for more details.